Hello guys, welcome to our channel. So in this session, I'm just going to explain you ASP.NET Core middleware. So ASP.NET Core introduced a new concept called middleware. A middleware is nothing but a component, is a class which is executed on every request in ASP.NET Core application. So in the classic ASP.NET, HTTP handlers and HTTP modules were part of the request pipeline. So middleware is similar to the HTTP handlers and the HTTP modules, where both needs to be configured and executed in each request. So typically there will be multiple middleware in ASP.NET Core web application. It can be either framework provided middleware added via NuGet or your own custom middleware. You can set the order of middleware execution in the request pipeline. So each middleware adds or modifies the HTTP request, optionally passes the control to the next middleware component, and you can just see a figure which illustrates the execution of middleware components. So middleware is a piece of code in an application pipeline used to handle requests and responses. For an example, we may have a middleware component to authenticate a user, and another piece of middleware is to handle the errors, and another middleware to serve the static files such as JavaScript files, CSS files, images, etc. Guys, you can just see the image. So you're like a request is coming up to the middleware, and middleware modifies the request and passes on to the middleware 2, and middleware 2 does some operations and it modifies the request and passing that request to the next one. So that is middleware 3, and it modifies the request as well, and that will be passed on the app code. So similarly, app code will respond back to the middleware 3, and the middleware 3 will be responded back to the middleware 2. So you can see that like middleware 2, once that is done, and it's going to pass on to the middleware 1, and middleware 1 is going to provide you the response back. So let's go ahead and create a new project. So just go ahead and create a new project. So let's see how we can. I'm just opening my Visual Studio. So let the Visual Studio open here. Yep, my Visual Studio is open now. So just go ahead and click on a create new project. Yeah, it's going to load the list of templates for me. So here, what you have to do, just have to select empty project. So just go ahead and select ASP.NET Core empty. Click on next, and just provide a project name. Here, I'm just going to provide a project name as middleware. Let me provide it as middleware demo. Just click on next and select the target framework .NET Core 3.1. So let the project get created. So your project will get created over here. Yep, you can see I've taken a screenshot also. So I just put it over there. So let's try to understand the middlewares by taking a simple example. So we set up the middleware in ASP.NET using configure method of our startup.class, startup.cs class. So let's understand the run and use and the map methods. So let's go back to our application. Yeah, I could see that. So just go ahead and open your startup.cs file. So in like what you can see on the startup.cs, we'll have to like just remove some piece of code. So let's go ahead and do that. Yep, now I'm back to my middleware demo application. So yeah, like my startup.cs file, got opened. So please go ahead and just remove this whatever piece of code you're getting, right? Just go ahead and remove that, and just remove that iWeb hosting environment, which is not required for us to configure middlewares. Yeah, I'm removing that. Yes, just removing it. Just remove a iWeb hosting environment. Just go ahead and remove that. Yep. So yeah, let's start with the creation of our middlewares. Let's go ahead and do it one by one. Yep. Let's start with app.run. So say app.run, that is a middleware which always run at the last. Okay. So like if you say that like we have 3 to 4 middleware which is declared and app.run will be the last one. So let's see in the definition. So app.run, this middleware component may expose run methods that are executed at the end of the pipeline. So generally this acts as a terminal middleware and it's added at the end of the request pipeline. And so as it cannot call the next middleware, right? So this is the definition for app.run. So later we can just go ahead and use app.use later. But as of now, we'll just try to understand the app.run. So here, what I'm doing, I'm just getting context.response.write async. So I'm just writing some message from middleware 2. So let's what we can do, just let's run the application. Let's run it and just check it whether we are getting this output or not. Yep, let the application get built. Yep, we can see here, right? So we got the message from middleware 2. So that means like this message, what you can say, you can just we're just getting from app.run middleware. So yeah, that is configured now. So let's go ahead and do with the next one. So next one would be app.use. So app.use. So you can see that like this is the first middleware and it gets called. So for that, if you want to just keep on calling other middlewares, you can just go ahead and use app.use. So let's see what's the exact definition for that. So this is used to configure multiple middlewares. Yes, as I told you, when you want to configure for multiple things, you just have to go ahead and use app.use. So unlike app.run, we can include the next parameter into it, which calls the next request delegate in the pipeline. So we can also short circuit or terminate the pipeline by not calling the next parameter. So let's go ahead and see what is there in the code, piece of code. Yeah, you could see here, right? So what we have here, so without we have app.use and it is accepting the context, and that's also just have to provide the next one, which is going to call it. So here in this case, the next one would be message from middleware 2. So and after message from middleware 2, I'm just going to have one more middleware. So I'm just going to just write message and from middleware 1. So let's go ahead and execute this and let's see the output, what we're getting on the browser. So I'm just going to run it. Yes, Express. I'm expecting yes. So you could expect right. So message from middleware 1, which is getting from the middleware 1. So message from middleware 2, we're getting from middleware 2, and then from middleware 1, we're getting it from the middleware 1. So right after the execution of your middleware 2 and from middleware 1 is got executed. So you can see over here. Yep. This is about how we can use app.use. So let's move on to the next one. So yep, you can see that. So it runs exactly when you call await next, your await app.run gets executed. Yep. Then we can just go ahead and understand how we can just use app.use when. So that is the thing which when you want to just filter like based on the URI, that time you can just go for use when. It is something like that's just filtering your UI. So based on the request, you just perform some of the operation whatever you want do it. So let's go ahead and how we can just make a use of app.use when. Yeah, you can see here I just provided a piece of code here, so you can see app.use when. So what I'm doing here right now is something like I'm just requesting, I'm getting the query string from the request c.request.query, and if it contains the role, so what I'm doing, and I'm just going to run I'm just going to run it and just like display the role whatever the thing which I'm getting. So like inside this use when I just have like a kind of condition which it is trying to put it, and this middleware gets executed when that particular query string matches with the role. And yeah, that's what we can do. We can just run it and try to understand what exactly when this middleware gets hit or gets executed. Yep, let me go ahead and run this IS Express. Yeah, it's starting it right now. Yep, so you could see here, right? So a message from middleware one, and right after that you can see role is admin. Oh, because I not put a break or in the HTML context, you can, that's the reason you are getting it in a single line. So let me go ahead and change that to, yeah, as of now you can see yes, so role admin is getting populated. That means like our middleware gets executed. That's nothing but use when. So yeah, here let me go ahead and change that, add that break, line breaker. Yeah, I'm doing that. That's great. Yeah, just let's run now what we can see in the output window. Yep, yeah, we got it right. So because we have message from middleware one, so we do have message from role and this admin, and we do have message and from middleware one. Yep, this is what about how we can just go ahead and use app dot use when. Yeah, I'm just providing the role to test. So admin test, yeah, it's working as expected. So that our middleware is working as expected. So let's go ahead and create the next one. So next one is gonna be the map. So let's see how we can just go ahead and use map. So what is the purpose of the map and how we can go ahead and use it. So let me go into the definition first. So app.map. So these extensions are used as a convention for branching the pipeline. So the map branches the request pipeline based on the matches of the given request path. So the request path starts with the given path, the branch is executed. For an example, you could see here app.map. So what happens, so when you have a request path, so it starts with whatever the map which you provided here. In this case, it's a slash map. So your URL and slash map, and this branch is executing. So you could see expected messages, new branch map. And if you go ahead and provide even more child branch, so that like, slash map and slash branch, in that case, that all new child branch is getting, executed. So let's go ahead and see it in the practical. I'm just going to add this piece of code in my Visual Studio Code. Let's go ahead and add in the project. So let's move on to the Visual Studio. Yeah, so you can see here. So you can see add.map, and what I'm doing here is a slash map, and we are just having one more thing slash branch, and what you just provide in the URL slash map. So this new branch map gets executed. This branch is getting executed, and if you go ahead and provide even more slash branch, new child branch is getting executed. So let's go ahead and run it and see whether expected. Yeah, I'm just going to put a break, line breaker. Yeah, just put breaker and just go ahead and run. Yep. Yeah, as you can see uh, we are getting message from the middleware one, and the next one which we're getting it as a new child branch map, because we just like look at the URL what we provided there. The path is /map/branch. Yes, that new child branch map middleware should get executed. That branch is got executed. Yes, and just let me go ahead and remove the branch alone. So yeah, you can see that this is what one. Yeah, that branch got executed. You could see that. Yep, and we do have a X-run over there. So yeah, you can just check it out. I'm just going to remove the branch. So map, yep, new branch map is got executed. So this is what the use of app.map. And let me go ahead and explain you how we can just go ahead and no map one. So map one is almost similar to the use when whatever we can see when we used to do for use one, right? Same way. You're also like if you want to filter it, no, your context based on some value, so you can just go ahead and do that by using app.map. The only like difference would be the use map, sorry, map use and use when. So I'll just go to explain, So let me go ahead and create a map one. So I will explain you map one and use one. So map one, once like it is not going to return back to the previous middleware, but when it comes of use one, it's going to return always. It's going to return back to the previous middleware. So yeah, you could see I have app.map one. So contains like what I'm doing here. I'm just taking the query string. It contains count. So I'm just displaying the count is. So let me go ahead and run that. So this will be a commonly asked question usually. So what are all the uses of middleware? So how we can just explain like app.run, app.map, app.use, app.use one, app.map one. And let's go ahead and run this. So when we pass a query string count, and this middleware should get executed. So yeah, you can see here, right, in the output window. So I'm just what I'm doing. I'm just passing a query string count equal to 5. Yeah, that middleware got executed. So let me put a breaker. We are, yeah, I guess it should be, I mean, to give more, no, more visibility. Just add that br slash, yeah, just run the application again. Yeah, you could see here now. So this is the middleware and the count is 5 and then of the middleware. So you can see in the middleware count is 5. So I'm just going to change that query string back to 9. Yeah, count is 9. Yep. So this middleware is working as expected. Let's go on to the next thing. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to create one extension class. Like there we're going to put all or push all this piece of code into that particular class. Let's go ahead and see how we can create a one extension class. So let me go ahead and start from that. So just go ahead and create a class. Yep, just go ahead and create a class. Right click on this middleware demo. Yep, just provide a class name, add app middleware extension.cs. Just go and click on add. Yep, a new class has been created, and make sure this class is a static class, and then that as a starting method use extension. So we are going to extend application builder. So this keyword will help us to do that. So this is our extension class, and we just have a method use extensions. Yep. So here what we have to do, so we just have to copy the piece of code, whatever you wrote, or like what are all the methods which you wrote it in the startup.cs. We're just going to cut it and paste it over here. Let me do that. So let me just cut it here. Just go ahead and cut this. Cut it. Yeah, and go ahead and paste it in program.cs. Yep. Yeah, we're done with that. So yeah, it has some errors. Just go ahead and resolve that. Just include Microsoft ASP.NET Core.html. Yep, just go ahead and run it. And call app.use extension from your startup.cs file. Yeah, we could see, right? So we could see the output. Message from middleware 1 and message from middleware 2 and then from middleware 1. So what are all the middlewares which we created, and everything is working as expected. Yep. So count is also working as expected. And I hope I have one more middleware role. So when I pass it a role, yep, that is also working as expected. And let me go and provide, check the map thing. Uh, yeah, slash map slash branch. Let me go ahead and provide a slash branch. Yeah, so looks like everything is working as expected. Yep. So just add this piece of line. Don't forget, if we don't add this piece of lines, like that extension class will not be working. So make sure that you added app.use extension in configuration method. Yep. Let's go ahead and understand how we can go ahead and create a custom middlewares. So what all we saw till now, it's available in build. So we just made sure that we understood each and every available extent like middlewares in our .NET Core. In the next yeah next I'm just going to show you how we can create a custom middlewares. So let's start with that. So before that, let's try to understand what is meant by custom middleware. A middleware generally encapsulated in a class and exposed within with an extension method. The custom middleware can be built with a class with invoke async method and request delegate type parameter in the constructor. So request delegate type is required in order to execute the next middleware in the sequence. So let's go ahead and see how we can achieve this. Let me go ahead and create a middleware. Just me, let's name it as custom middleware.cs. Just go ahead and add a class. Yep, a new class has been added. Yeah, you could see here. So I have made some changes already. So you could see that like custom middleware.cs, and just go ahead and create a constructor named custom middleware, and accept a parameter request delegate, and like add one more property, read only property, request delegate, and yeah, invoke method. So this is going to invoke your all HTTP context request. So in the invoke, what you want to do here, you're just like printing the custom middleware, and we are passing on to the next middleware. So if we go back to startup.cs, I have one more middleware which is running app.run async context, await context or response dot write async. So I'm just calling it as end. So let's go ahead and check it here. Let's go ahead and comment that app dot use extension. So let's, as of now, will not use a extension class. So we'll not do that. So just concentrate on only on the how we can just go ahead and make use of the middleware. Yeah, just have to use app dot use middleware and just have to provide your uh, middleware name. So in our case, the middleware name is custom middleware. You can just check it, and at the end I have one more middleware app.run, and it should get executed after right after our custom middleware. So what I'm expecting now, I'm expecting a message from custom middleware, and at the end I'm just expecting end. Let's go ahead and check it whether our custom middleware is working or not. Yep, you can see here, right? So our custom middleware is working as expected. So right after custom middleware end is coming up. So that is the last middleware which gets executed. So hope you guys understand. So how we can just go ahead and create a custom middleware. So let's go to the next thing. So I just want to add one more thing, like I want to create one interface, and I want to make sure that I'm going to use that interface in the custom middleware. So let's see how we can do that. Just right click on the application, just create an interface, and just name it as like I'll show right now. So yep, you could see here, and this is very important. And whatever interface which I'm going to add it, I'm going to get no register everything in the configure services. Yep, guys, we'll just add an interface. Export the custom middleware. Let me create one property, and should receive one more parameter. Here, it's just a normal interface which has it will be having a print method. Yep, you can see here, and it's a read-only property IMyTab. If you look at the IMyTab, what I have here is a public void a print method, and that is being invoked in myTab class. So let's try to call this in our in the custom middleware. Let's go ahead and see how we can do that. So this is I'm trying to show an example like how we can consume the custom middleware like one whatever we created. So you could see here. So yep, just have to go ahead and register it. Services.add singleton and provide your interface name and followed by the class name. So this is how we're just registering in our configuration services, configure services. So let me go back to, and you could see here we are using app.use middleware and custom middleware. And inside a custom middleware, I'm just like implementing an interface which has a print method. I'm just getting like calling that method inside the custom middleware. You can see my custom middleware, it has a method print. Yep, let's go and see what will be the summary of the session. So this clears our how we can make use of the inbuilt middleware which is available in ASP.NET Core, and how we can just create a custom middleware. So middleware in ASP.NET Core controls how our application responds to HTTP requests. So in summary, every middleware component in ASP.NET Core has access to both incoming request and outgoing response. So may simply pass a request to the next piece of middleware in the pipeline. So may perform some processing logic, then pass that request to the next middleware for further processing. So it also may terminate the request pipeline whenever it's required. So it's executed in order they are added to the pipeline. Okay, guys, this is all about ASP.NET Core middlewares, and I've tried to explain you how we can consume those and how we can create our custom things. So, and if you're creating any classes along with the interface, how we can just go and register in like in the startup file. So everything I've showed you. So thank you for listening to us. Thank you very much. Okay, guys, and hope you guys liked the session. So I request everyone to just subscribe to our channel so that like we'll be uploading more videos with respect to .NET Core, Angular, and .NetMVC, Web API, SQL Server. So keep supporting us. So we'll see you soon. Thank you so much for joining. Bye bye.